Welcome to the Take Me Seriously podcast. Today we're talking about power, pressure and owning our own strength. What does it really mean to do something like a girl? In this powerful episode, we will flip the script on stereotypes and celebrate what it means to show strength, whether it's loud, quiet, emotional, fierce, soft or somewhere in between. And today we have a guest with us today. Introduce yourself, please.
Yeah. Hi ladies, my name's Sarah. Thank you for asking me to come and be your guest host today. Really looking forward to having a conversation with you around the representation of girls and empowerment. And the first question I have for you both, Scarlett, I don't know if you want to answer it first. What makes you proud to be a girl?
The fact that we can have our own voices and sometimes we can be heard and we don't give up no matter how tough it can get with being obviously a girl, woman. You can face it dead on.
Yeah, I don't think there is any particular even though I just like being a girl.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Probably better than being a boy.
Never know.
Yeah. And do you think then in your pride in being a girl, do you think that's changed as you've grown up?
Yeah.
And why is that? And how has it changed?
Do you want to hit it off?
You go first. I did it first.
I think growing up you just find out more things about being a girl. Like as a kid it was just innocence, playing around, playing with dolls, stuff like that. But now it's figuring yourself out, figuring out your aesthetic, stuff like that, or what kind of person you are as a female.
Yeah.
As well.
It's like one day you can go, I'll play with dolls. When you get older, it's like, I'm not going to play with dolls. I need to do my makeup. I can't go without it.
Yeah.
So it changes really fast.
Yeah, there's always this one thing that a girl holds, like personally to themselves, could be makeup, dolls, music, anything.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of changes from child upwards now.
Yeah.
And do you think society's played a part in that? In
I'd
terms of how your view has changed over the years?
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And any particular sort of things in society that you think have influenced you in terms of how you sort of see yourself as being a girl?
The same as most podcasts, just
Yeah.
influencers and social media, really.
When they talk about society, how and it's like when you're a girl, you have to face things like criticize. You have to face that and multiple things like periods, stuff like that. They have to be faced. And it's like it ain't talked about enough how fast it can change from one day you're playing with dolls, having the time of your life, to society going, you need to do this, be that.
Yeah, no, I get that 100%, yeah.
And do you think there's like an age point that kind of happens for girls? And do you think that's getting younger as
Way
time?
younger.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
My 12-year-old sister, she started she went straight off dolls at about 9 and went straight to makeup.
Yeah.
Because people in the world were like around town and everything, they were like, you need makeup, you're ugly, this, that. And that really changed her life.
No, yeah.
It's like, you can't go playing with dolls because you're immature now. You need to do this, be a woman, do that. You're going to grow up.
No, it's the same for my sister. She got told that her hair was too long, so she cut it. And she's only 12 years old. She's there trying to put makeup on. I'm like, you don't need it.
It's like my sister will go, oh yeah, can I do your makeup? Can I do this? Because she's mastered the art of it from being, I need to do this. Like it'll be like 5 o'clock in the morning. She'll go, I need to do my eyebrows. It's the worst thing ever.
And do you think that's come from friends, or is it mainly social media and other aspects of society?
Social media plays a big part in it.
Yeah, it does. Or maybe just peers. It could even be family members, to be fair. Like, I remember growing up, it was, you're eating again, or why are you not eating? Like, it was...
Or it was like, you're going to wear that out. You can't wear that out.
Yeah.
It was like the worst thing ever.
So even those kind of flippant remarks have an effect on how girls see themselves, or then behaviours that they display.
Yeah.
Okay. And so have you ever felt a pressure, either from friends or from social media, to act a certain way because you are a girl?
Yeah, I think so.
Because it's like, you could be out in college, town, having some fun or something. And like, if you act like boyish and that lot, have fun, mess around, play fight, some people will go, you're a girl, you shouldn't be acting like that. You
Yeah.
should do more mature things.
Mhm.
And it's horrid.
No, there's one thing that my grandma does. It makes me laugh. I'll sit there and after a meal I'll just burp and I'll be like, oh, and she'll be like, that's not ladylike. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh.
And it's like as well, it's like natural body stuff. People don't expect that to come
From
from
women.
women.
Yeah.
It's like,
No, I
you'll
get
go
that.
for it, love.
Yeah.
You're not the only one.
No, with me, it used to be like, try not to like fart, burps, and like around people because
Yeah.
of that. Now if I'm at home, I'm like, oh, the dog did it. The dog did it. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
basically.
So both of you have just used that saying there, like a girl, or I think, Starla, you said that's not ladylike.
Yeah.
When people make those comments, do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing? And why?
Sometimes it can be like a bad thing because you'll think, I'm not acting like a girl, or it's not ladylike. Why am I not acting like this? Because people can say that stuff and then it can get to your head mentally.
Yeah.
And it's like, if I don't act like this, people are going to perceive me as a completely different person to what a woman should be like.
Yeah, no, I get where some people do come from, where girls slouch back, arms up, legs open, she's
Yeah.
like wearing something like a skirt or really short shorts. I understand that point of view of it, but it can also depend on the situation where she's like wearing jeans or something. That's not ladylike. It can be a bit far. Like the right moment, it's got a good point to it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So no.
But do you feel that it's more often used as an insult towards
Yeah.
people than it is in a positive way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same as the words be a man, to be fair. So yeah, it's a big insult, to be fair.
Okay. And if you've ever experienced it being said to you, how has that made you feel? How have you responded to that?
When you first initially hear it, it can make you feel a bit down because you're like,
Yeah.
you perceive me as not being a lady or a woman.
Mm-hmm.
What's the right thing for me to act like? If I want to act like myself, that's not ladylike. I will act like it. No one can stop me.
Yeah.
Like, it'll get you down for the first when you first hear it, but then if you hear it over and over, it becomes a natural occurrence that you get used to it.
Yeah, stole the words right on now. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Yeah.
But has it made you question your behaviour or change your behaviour if somebody said to you, you know, you're doing it like a girl?
Not really.
Not really. I still like the way I did when I first had that insult said to me. I still like the way I am.
Yeah. At
Like-
first, also go on.
Like, if I want to act the way I do, no one can stop me because at the end of the day, I'm free doing what I want. No one can stop me doing that.
No, I get that, yeah.
Mm.
I think at first, when it was said to me personally, I was like, oh, and I was like a bit reserved to myself for about a
Yeah.
month. And after that, I had a conversation, I think it was with my dad, and he was like, so what? Be like it.
Be like
Don't let
it.
them get it. Don't let them get to you, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
I'll do
Now
that.
I'll just, again, blame it on the dog. So, yeah.
Oh, brilliant. So it's really then, so it can be seen as an insult, but actually it can just make you sit back and think, and actually maybe give you a strength of actually thinking, well, you know, I behave like a girl because I am a girl, but
Yeah.
there's nothing right or wrong about this.
No.
So what is it that makes you feel strength as a girl? What gives you strength?
I'd say quite a lot of things. I know this is like a weird one. It's not fully what you're possibly aiming for, but pregnant women, like they hold quite a lot of strength within being able to carry the pregnancy, give birth, and they're able to hold I won't say hold a power in the relationship, but they're able to carry another human being. So that is quite powerful in itself,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Because, like, you'll hear most of the time, it's like the men go, oh, yeah, I helped made that kid.
Yeah.
I'm partially more responsible. It's like, no. And I've seen as well where there was one of them where the man was like, labour was the worst thing ever for me. I went, you didn't go through it. You weren't the one on that hospital bed pushing that kid out.
Yeah, no. I
Women
get
have
that.
more resilience when they're pregnant as well. And when they go through like daily occurrences like periods, pregnancy, you name it.
Yeah.
They power through it like it's nothing. But then men can be like, you're a woman, grow up. It shouldn't hurt that bad.
Yeah. No. It reminds me of those videos that I saw where the little period monitors.
Yeah.
On the men, they can't
And
handle
they
it.
can't handle it. They're like such a sis of it.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
So there's maybe like a physical and an emotional strength
Yeah.
of being
Yeah.
a woman, and they're kind of expected to have both. Do you think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say so. Yeah,
Yeah,
No.
more so maybe than a male?
I'd say more equally, but on certain points, maybe a little more,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Maybe more on the emotional side, do you think? Or
I don't know. I think it depends on the actual female themselves.
yeah.
Again, like for an example, the pregnant woman, like she has to think of how I'm going to provide for this child, and it's the same for the male. So they're both going to be emotionally strong in the same way. But the woman's going to be a little bit more, like, going to be trying a little bit harder or a little bit stronger
Yeah.
because she's the one carrying it. She's the one that's got to give birth to it. She could be thinking, what if this happens in my pregnancy? What if that happens? Like, it's a bit of a mix. So I think it depends on the person itself themselves.
So flipping it on its head then, so we kind of talked about what strength looks like in a woman. So what do you think softness looks like in a woman? And is it okay for a woman to come across as soft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'd say it
Completely
is.
normal.
It's like, it's one of those things where, like, I don't know if it's just me, but a woman can look at a guy that's soft and it's like, oh, that's quite cute. Like, it's nice. It's quite rare. Rare for a male to be soft. So it's one of those things where it's like, oh, that's actually really sweet.
Yeah, and
So
it's
I
like
think it's
when a woman gets soft and that, like they can be themselves, be soft. It's like that's easy for you, but then what they don't see is that could have took a lot of courage for them to be soft.
yeah,
And it's like they can be soft over the easiest things, like seeing an old person happy and that. Like they could be the happiest person ever at that. Or even if it's just like seeing like kind civilians in the street, make them soft.
yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Like anything that is happy, a woman can be soft, and so can a man.
yeah. No, I think like soft females is a good thing. I don't think it's bad to be a soft female because, like me personally, I feel like some females need that to show that they can be vulnerable, like be themselves, and to take that in. I think they're quite strong for it. To be able to be soft and vulnerable is just a thing that everyone needs to have. To be fair.
So you see being vulnerable as positive rather than some people might see, oh, well, if they're vulnerable, it's a weakness. What do you think about that point of view?
I agree with it as it's kind of a weakness, but I also feel like they're actually stronger for being able to be vulnerable because they're able to show an emotion that people consider should be kept in. So it's more of a thing where they're being quite strong for letting that out. It's an emotion that people feel should be to themselves, you know? So I think it's quite a good thing that people are being vulnerable.
Yeah.
And do you think being vulnerable then helps with connecting with other people?
It can do, because sometimes if you're vulnerable, you'll feel like, oh, I need to reach out to someone. It could be like some random person in the street, and if you have the decency to be able to reach out to them and they have the decency to be kind back, reach out, that could help you like a massive ton. Because that could be a weight off your shoulders to feel like people listen and they understand what I'm talking about
Yeah.
and they do not judge.
Yeah, it could even be those like little conversations like,
Yeah.
hi, how are you? Can make a whole difference in
It can be
someone's
like,
day.
or it could be like, have you taken care of yourself today? Have you eaten?
Yeah.
That is like the main thing I always ask someone if I see them. I'm like, have you eaten? Have you done this? Have you done that? Because I don't want to be the one that goes, you're weak because you haven't done this. I'd rather see them be vulnerable, whatever, because in terms they are strong.
Yeah.
Whether they don't see it, but people can see where they are strong.
Yeah.
And do you think it's important then for girls to have a network of whether it's friends or work colleagues or family where they feel that they can be in a safe space and vulnerable? Do you think that's a positive thing in terms of their relationships with those people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it can make the bond stronger as well when they realise how vulnerable the person is.
Yeah.
They'll reach out, want to protect them, so they know no harm can be done to them.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
And then what do you think that girls should do to help uplift each other? What should girls be doing to support each other?
Sorry, go on.
No, go on, you answer, it's fine.
I'd say just a term of hyping them up.
Yeah.
Just
I'd
hype
be
them
like
up.
hyping them up, or just be like, you love this thing, we're going to go do it together, whether you like it or not. We are going to get you happy again.
Yeah.
And what about maybe girls that don't even really know each other? Is there things that they can be doing to be supporting each other and celebrating, girls being girls as the things that everybody can do?
Yeah, because if you see someone in the street that you know looks really vulnerable to themselves, you can just go, you don't look okay, do you want to come get a coffee with me or something? And you can just keep them safe knowing they're out of harm's way of others and themselves as well.
Yeah, like just a little random act of kindness. Like another thing,
Yeah.
like, from an example, something out of my experience, I don't mind talking about this now at first, it's like, but I'll just say it. I think there was a day in college where I came on and didn't know, like I was a day early, and there was some random girl in the bathroom, and I shouted, "Has anyone got a tampon?" Some girl just went shoop under the door.
Yeah, because that's like the kindest thing as well. When
yeah.
you realise, oh yeah, if there's a machine in the bathroom that does not have anything, you can just be like, I'm in a safe area with a bunch of girls that go through the same issue as me.
Yeah.
I can openly ask about this.
Yeah, little random acts of kindness do a lot.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. I think that's a great example. Do you think that girls, maybe different friendships groups, do you think that they tend to be competitive against each other? Or do you think these days girls tend to kind of be more supportive and...
It's a mix of both, to be honest.
Yeah,
because like there's some girls, like you could see them around, they'll be like, oh, I'm better than this, I can walk confidently. And then there's some that will be like, I'm a bit more timid, I'd rather just have my little group of friends be like that.
Yeah.
Because there's some times where you'll see a group of friends and then another group of friends where they can get along whether you know them or not.
Yeah.
And they'll be so kind to each other.
Yeah, it's the same. Like me and my sister that I live with, she's quite calm, timid, but she can also be such a like social butterfly. Yeah. And it's amazing because she brings out the timid side of me and I bring out the social butterfly side of her.
Yeah.
And it's such a nice thing to experience. So I think with the competitive side, it's both. Like it's competitive, like hearing each other out. But I think competitive side's a little more on the toxic side personally.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like, oh, I've had such a bad day. Yeah, well, last night I also did. It's like don't compare your bad days.
Yeah.
Like you're supposed to support each other, be there for each other, not compare yourself to others.
And how do you feel that plays out in social media? Do you think social media, the various platforms, do you think they're more competitive?
Yes.
Yeah. So you see less of girls like lifting each other up, complimenting each other, celebrating each other's successes. What kind of things do you see on social media that you say that might be toxic or might be damaging to girls?
Where you can see if say for TikTok, you'll see a post that the person has made that you know is directly aimed at you, but not visibly aimed.
Yeah.
It's like, we had a fallout, or she didn't like whatever I said. She spoke about it online without my consent, done this, done that. But then it's like, you could see as well where there'll be like comments agreeing to it as well, so it'll be even worse.
Yeah.
Way worse.
Yeah, I think I follow this girl on Instagram, and obviously, like other people say, on the larger side. I don't like that term, but obviously, she's someone that embraces her body, and I love it so much. Like there's comments saying things like horrible stuff, like saying that she sinks Titanic, and you'll literally see her walking around on the beach in a bikini, and it's something really nice to see.
Yeah, because you can see like some really toxic comments, but then you can see the ones that are like, you're glowing, you're amazing.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see girls supporting girls, but then it can also be boys supporting girls or girls supporting boys, like that.
I think
doesn't
it's
really
quite
matter
nice,
anymore.
to be fair.
Yeah.
Like with me, like a negative comment can easily be overtaken by a nice comment.
Yeah.
Like,
so fast. Especially if you've got like, it could be random people that you don't even know defend you from that comment.
Yeah.
And then they'll just back away.
Yeah, exactly.
And do you think it's more people find it easier on social media because it's faceless?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easier for them.
That they can't say it. So.
No, I agree with that. Yeah. No, faceless. People can't see who they are.
They feel like they can be the bigger person in that scenario.
Yeah. And would you feel comfortable standing up for girls if you saw a situation where somebody was, I don't know, maybe a group of girls were not being very nice to another girl? Would you feel comfortable and happy to then advocate for that girl and to stand up for her? Is that something that you see in society of young girls doing that?
You don't really see other girls sticking up for other girls.
But like, if I was in that situation where I've seen a group of girls picking on a girl, I'd go to the girl's side and go, back off. Yeah.
No, that's all people need, to be fair. Yeah.
Okay, and I guess some of that comes back to where we're talking about some girls maybe are competitive. And do you think there's a lot of emotions that drive all of this?
I'd say yeah.
Yeah.
It could be personal things at home as well.
Yeah, personal things at home that are kept hidden can be a massive part in the toxic part. And the, oh, I'm timid, I don't want to talk.
Yeah.
It's like, they play a massive part, because it's like stuff is going bad at home. I'm going to take it out on other people.
Yeah. Like,
You see that a lot.
You do actually, yeah. And it's also like one of those things where people have different coping mechanisms as well with like competing. It's like I've had an old friendship group before in secondary school.
Yeah.
And there was a few friends that were quite timid, a few of us more social butterflies, and we'd go out, and there was this one person in our group that I'd always invite, even though they'd possibly not want to come, but it's just nice for the invite. And the others, or no, me and my best mate would always invite them.
Yeah, some people might not agree with it in the group.
Yeah,
it's
because
like,
but they never come.
Yeah, it's like, you don't have to care, you don't have to come.
Yeah.
If they want to come, I invited them, they are going to come if they want to.
Yeah. No, I just don't like when people are quite competitive in the aspect of, yeah, well, they never want to come, so don't invite them. It's not, because it could be different that time, you know? So...
Yeah, it's so I guess what you're saying is it's really important to always be like inclusive of everybody.
Yeah.
Personal pet hate of mine is when people aren't inclusive. It really upsets me to see people that are being left out. And in various different groups, because like you say, some people don't always show how they're feeling when they're the one that's been left out.
Yeah.
And you kind of don't know what's going on. What would you say to all of the listeners today in terms of something that maybe they can think about in terms of their own behaviour, or something else that they could do going forward to lift their friends up, to lift people up that they don't know, and to make sure that being a girl is celebrated?
Thanks, me. I'd just say, maybe if you want to be in your feels, be in your feels. If you don't feel everyone will accept that, only tell the close friends, and don't let them like shut you down. Don't let them like disinclude you, because if you're not feeling it, you can just don't want to go out as a group. Why don't you guys come here? Like, try and overcome that. If you can't, that's fine. Just let them know, and don't let them walk over you and uninclude you because of that. If that makes sense. That's it.
Yeah, you'd be like, if you are a timid person, if you want to come out of your shell a bit and do stuff you'd never really do, go for it, because one day that could change your life for the better, and you might never get that opportunity again before you realise it is too late to change that.
Yeah, brilliant. Great advice. And just thinking about kind of society as a whole, are there any sort of common stereotypes about girls that you would like to see disappear?
Women can't work in male jobs. I want that gone. I really want it gone.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh yeah, you're a woman, you can't work in a mechanic store or something, you can't do this, that, you can't be a police officer.
Yeah.
It's like, I see mainly more female police officers now, which is
Same.
amazing.
Yeah. No, I think that's pretty much all.
Yeah, because like, taxi drivers as well, you mainly see males, but when you see a female, it's amazing. Because it's like, I never expect a female to get that job.
Yeah.
It's like, when you see a female in a job that you'd see normally stereotyped for a man, it's like, you've overpowered that and you've shown I can get that job and I will do it.
And that's kind of linking to what we talk about with like powerful women as well.
Women are powerful in their own ways. Very powerful.
Yeah.
They just don't know it.
And do you think anything in society needs to change to help change those perceptions, change those stereotypes, and help women to kind of break down those barriers?
I'd say just go with it anyway. Like, someone tries to cut you down on, again, as you said, a stereotyped man job, take it anyway. If you get shut down, go to a different place that is the same job. Like, don't give up on it because of the stereotypes. Yeah.
Like, just go with the flow. Do what you want. No one can stop you unless you want to stop yourself.
Yeah.
Do you think I'm just going to challenge you on that. Do you think there are any jobs that girls can't do or shouldn't do?
Wait.
And there's no right or wrong answer. It's purely your opinion.
I'm trying to think.
No, I don't think there is.
I don't think there is. I feel like every time I see like a video or something, or people in public working females, I'm like, mainly all the jobs now are females. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that's another thing though. Like with men as well, I can't think of any jobs that a man shouldn't have either. Because like I walked into, I think I went with one of my friends a few months back, and we walked into a bakery, and there was a man working there, and I was like, oh wow, like it was such a shock to me.
Yeah.
But it was nice.
As well, when you go to the hospital or something, people will go, I don't expect a male nurse or something. It's
Yeah.
like, they can do the same job as a female can.
Exactly, yeah. It's just about the equal rightness of
Equal
jobs.
rights, equal fights.
Oh, yeah. Never heard that one.
Oh, we see.
I've never heard that one. Yeah, I think that's it, really.
Yeah, fantastic. So, you guys have given some really great advice, I think, to people that are listening. It's been really interesting to hear that, unfortunately, stereotypes do still exist.
Yeah.
And it will be interesting to see what happens in the future. Is there, to close the conversation, what would you say to younger girls today? What advice would you give them in society to make sure that they value themselves as a girl?
I'd just say, don't let anyone get in your way and just be yourself. Don't let anyone overpower you. Just live in the present. That's it, really. Like, there's something that the mum that I live with now, I call her mum. One thing that my mum says is take it minute by minute, hour by hour. It just takes one step at a time. And like that quote, like whenever I'm having a bad day, she's like, minute by minute, remember, I'm like, okay, yeah. And it's such a heartwarming like quote that I've heard from her, because it makes you realise that like it literally just takes 1 minute of the day to just help. Like if you be yourself like just a minute, you realise who you should be and who you are and stuff like that. So I'd say just don't let anyone get in your way and just live in the present, really. What about you?
I'd say if you want to continue doing the stuff you love before you realise society is going to absolutely crumble you down, do the stuff you love, because you only live once. And at the end of the day, if you're going to grow out of that stuff faster than you thought you would, do it, because you live once. There's a chance you may never do that again.
Yeah.
So experience what you can while you can without getting criticised or getting bullied. Because at the end of the day, people will take you as you are. So just deal with it as it goes and don't give up.
Yeah, it's like one of those where there's a group of friends that don't accept it, and then there's the others that do.
Yeah.
The people that don't accept it, just go for the ones that do, I'd say.
Go with the people you feel like you're most close to, whether it's social butterfly group, timid, shy group. Do whatever you feel your heart leads you to.
Yeah, just find your people and find yourself.
Yeah.
So stay true to yourself and find your tribe.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Perfect. Thank you, ladies.
Right, thank you.